Quite honestly, as a coach myself, I had a lot to learn when I first began coaching.
I have heard from so many other athletes who have struggled with this issue. And as a coach for the past 9 years for cross country and track, I have seen or heard from so many coaches who aren't sure what to do when they realize an athlete may be struggling.
So celebrate today. The fact that you're here shows that you're serious about this and you care about your athletes.
We deserve to get this kind of education and information, not to just help us as coaches, but also to be there for our athletes.
I was confused about my body. Why was it doing this? Why couldn't I just harness the discipline and willpower that running seems to embody? I constantly had this idea in my mind that if I just lost the weight again, I would be happy. If I could just control my food, if I could control my running, then I would never have to fail.
And that year, I received so much praise from my teammates, my parents, my coaches, and I thought I was doing everything right.
When you care about your program, when you care about your athletes, you care about everything. And this quest to make sure that schools understand disordered eating is so important.
As a clinician, I believe that this needs to be a must for all coaches, dietitians, and athletes so that it can begin to open the door for a hard conversation that needs to be had across the board.
It was top notch. In my opinion, probably the most important talk of the entire day. Just so much awesome information that I can now take back to my school to help my kids.
So many of us are left in the dark in terms of how to approach an athlete, how to identify these signs, because eating disorders can manifest differently. It's not always going to look like my story.
Are they isolating themselves? Are they talking about a new diet they're on? Or maybe they're restricting different food groups?
You as the coach might be that someone. You might be that second person that they end up feeling like they can connect with and talk to about what's going on.
This is not just about eating disorders. It truly is about helping students, recognizing signs, and being able to reach out and help students who are struggling.
A lot of Rachael's story focused on hope and recovery and was incredibly inspirational for everyone who attended, and we got such a great response afterwards.
Our clinics, they're coaches and teachers. And so the people that I talked to after her session just said how important it is for them to recognize how to talk about some of these things and also how to recognize kind of what to look for. And we really appreciate Rachael coming to the clinic, and she did a great job.
Not every conversation is just going to go picture perfect and the person just spills the beans and talks about this possible eating disorder they might have. It might not even be an eating disorder because we're not in a place to diagnose someone, but this does get a conversation started to help someone with their mental health receive the help that they deserve.